Well, first of all, thank you for showing an interest in Enlightened Leader. My name is Paul Marks and I'm the Managing Director of Changeworks. And along with Jeremy Blaine from Performance Works, who's actually based in the UK, we put together the Enlightened Leader white paper. Now let me just give you a bit of a story or background to the Enlightened Leader so you can get some context around why we decided to go ahead with it. So back at the very beginning of the pandemic, 2020, it was about February, March time, Jeremy and I were asking ourselves some serious questions about, how we need to look at running our business moving forward. And I think, of course, a lot of organizations, a lot of leaders were also asking the same questions as well. And what we realized was that although the pandemic, or at that time, the initial breakout of the pandemic, was definitely causing us to work and adapt and do things in a different way, the pandemic in itself wasn't necessarily the catalyst behind all the transformations that are happening. In fact, we can see that transformation is happening in every organization around the world because of things like digitalization, AI, technology, and of course the list goes on. And so what we did, we sat down and had a good conversation about what it is that leaders need to have, or the skill sets, the traits that they need to have in order to be successful. Now initially we were coming up with our own ideas, but we thought, well, what better way to find out than to actually go out and interview and survey people. So we went on this project and we interviewed and surveyed close to 2,000 professionals, employees and leaders from over 27 countries from around the world. So that's what we were doing during the first COVID lockdown. And what we did, we looked at three key areas of leadership, or three leadership imperatives. And those were, the first one was human-centered leadership. And of course, I think we all recognize the need for that today. We've always talked about emotional intelligence as being a key attribute of a great leader, but today I think it's more needed now than ever before. We also looked at business-centered leadership and looking at what are some of the skills and traits and abilities that leaders need to possess in order to not only manage transformation and exponential change, but to also be successful during it and through it. And the last area which we also looked at was the community-centered leadership. And for me, this was a really interesting area because, I'd never really thought about it before. But there's a real need, I think, for organizations to really take a look at themselves and think about, what is it they're actually doing for society and the community around them. And I think a lot of people today, especially talented professionals, have a lot of choice about where they want to work and who they want to work for and with. And I think it's essential for all organizations to have a clear purpose that are really grounded or based in core values that stand as a force for good, not only for business, but for the communities in which they, operate and serve. And I think, we found a lot of great insights from, talking to these leaders and these people from all these different countries. And there are certain things that we definitely found in common. Now, I thought today I'd just give you a bit of a taste about, or what is Enlightened Leadership. If you'd like to take a look at the white paper, I'd like to invite you to download it for free. You can do that by simply going to the link below, where I will be giving you a link to the paper and also a special discount code, because typically you have to pay for it. But right now I'm offering it to any of you who are listening to this session as a complimentary gift, I guess. So I hope that the paper provides you with some insights. I will be doing a lot more videos around some of those insights in the coming days and weeks ahead. So please make sure that you follow and subscribe.